After the first two events of the 2019 New Zealand Rally Championship, and before we head to round 3, the Canterbury Rally, it's time for a quick recap of the point standings so far. With the Otago and Whangarei rallies both being international two-day events, and the remaining 4 all one-day rallies, you could say we're at the halfway point in the championship.
Still going.
And the clear leader at this point is Ben Hunt in his hydraulic Subaru, having taken back-to-back victories. While Hunt has raced out to a 37-point advantage over his rivals, he's had to battle for both his wins. Fighting off Audi driver Dylan Turner in Otago, and then Stephen Barker in a Mitsubishi at Whangarei. After 4 days and 545 kilometres of rallying though, Hunt has proved you don't need to be leading from the first stage, just the final one, to bag the points.
Our main goal is to finish, and that's our main goal, you know, for the last 10 years, and without finishing you don't win championships or rallies, so we'll see how we're placed during the day, and if we need to have a little push here or there to make up some time, then we'll do so.
Second in the four-wheel drive championship is Josh Marston, driving an AP4 Holden Barina. The Canterbury Rally is Marston's home event, and he won here last year. Question is, can he do it again and stop Hunt running away with the championship?
We're just going to go and do our own thing, just drive the best of our ability. Yeah, he does have a really big lead, and not going to worry about that too much, to be honest. Just going to really push forward and try and have a good result.
With Andrew Hawkswood and Dylan Turner not competing in Canterbury, it'll be an ideal opportunity for young guns Jack Hawkswood and Dylan Thompson to improve their positions. Behind them is Kingsley Jones in his Skoda R5. And just off the board in 8th is Phil Campbell with 29 points, courtesy of his podium finish in Otago.
Yeah, we obviously went really good at Otago. Day one of Whangarei we were going not too bad too. Our pace was better than it was at Otago, so yeah, this weekend we'll be trying pretty hard, and ideally we need to get some more points for the championship. We're a long way back now, but yeah, a good result this weekend will really help.
After picking up 22 points in Otago driving Brian Green's Mitsubishi Mirage, Matt Summerfield was forced to miss Whangarei, and he's on a mission this weekend to get his championship back on track, entered in his Subaru Impreza WRX.
We'll just go out and go as fast as we can. I think it's what, 50 odd points to Ben, so we need to go out all firing and try to win the event, and we'll just need to keep doing that for a bit, I think.
Brian Green recently celebrated 50 years of rallying, so who better to ask what conditions might be like for the Canterbury Rally?
The forest's obviously going to be really, really slippery. We're in snow up there this afternoon or this morning doing recce. Public roads, I think they'll be really, really good, although Stokesy lives up there and he said it's pretty sloshy, so we'll see. But no, the public roads are real, real good.
And who are you picking for a winner here?
Oh, I think Ben Hunt will be pretty hard to beat. However, hopefully one of the Mitsubishis might even go a little bit better than the Subaru, but who knows?
In the manufacturer's standings, Subaru has got off to a good start on 10 points. It's very close behind though, with Holden and Mazda separated by just 1 point. Now it's the Canterbury Rally. 1 day, 160 kilometres. 4 stages on public roads and 4 in the forests. 2 of the tests are in the dark. Stage 1 in Ashley Forest has been shortened to 10 kilometres because of the previous day's rain and snow. There's no change up front though, as championship leader Hunt is quickest by 2.6 seconds on the first stage in his Subaru Impreza STI. He continues that momentum into the 28-kilometre stage 2, the first of the public road tests. He increases his lead, although he is rocked by how slippery the wet tarmac is at one intersection.
Ben, talk us through your morning, mate. How's the first 2 stages been?
Yeah, it's been good so far. It's that stage is a bit scary in places. It's got quite a bit of tarmac, and obviously it's quite wet and damp, and you know, you're coming off a nice, beautiful public road, and then hitting that, and yeah, gets a bit hair-raising at times, but yeah, same for everyone, and no, it's going good, and you know, the weather's turned it on today.
Marston, driving the MRF Holden Barina, is second fastest through stage 1 and second fastest again on the next test, even though he's finding the surface very slippery. Coming into the finish control, he's 9.4 seconds off the lead.
Josh, just a couple of seconds off, Ben. Happy with your morning so far?
Yeah, was the timer right in there, or?
I think you're about 5 seconds behind Ben.
It's not too bad. It felt really loose, really loose. There's obviously a lot of gravel on the roads, being public roads, but Ben's going well because we're not leaving anything on the table. We're pushing on, so we'll just keep doing that and see where we get.
After lots of problems earlier in the championship, it's great to see Job Quantock third fastest through stage 1. He's still third at the finish of stage 2, but only just. A mere 9/10 of a second behind is a charging Matt Summerfield. Driving an older and heavier Subaru, Summerfield is battling to stay on the pace of the quicker AP4 cars. But at the end of stage 2, he's still in contention. Fourth overall and just 27 seconds off the lead. Unfortunately, his push for a podium place comes to an end on stage 3 when he's slowed by a puncture.
14 k's to go.
He loses over 2 minutes to his rivals and falls to 10th overall.
Man, unfortunately the old girl doesn't sound quite right. What's the problem, mate?
Oh, another rally, another puncher, mate. So yeah, just probably did 10 k's on it. It was a bit touch and go whether to stop, but looking like the time lost, it was probably best to keep going. So yeah.
11th is Jonno Shepley, another competitor to experience problems. First with a time-consuming spin on stage 2, right in front of a crowd of spectators. And then, to make matters worse, he has to stop on stage 3 to put a turbo hose back on. It costs him over 9 minutes. Phil Campbell moves up to 4th spot on stage 3 in his Ford Fiesta AP4 and has his eyes on 3rd place Quantock, now just 11 seconds in front. Behind them is a big scrap between Jack Hawkswood and Dylan Thompson, young drivers having their first season in four-wheel drive cars. After stage 1, Thompson is 6th in his Subaru Impreza STI, at least until this off-road excursion on stage 2, which costs him 20 seconds. Later in the stage, he loses more time when he's forced to slow for a cow on the road. With over 30 seconds lost, he drops from 6th to 9th.
Yeah, it was a bit slippery in there, and I locked the brakes up and we went off and stalled and had to back on the road, so lucky we didn't get stuck. But halfway through the stage there's a big cow standing on the middle of the road and he just wouldn't move, so we had to slow right down and try and get him off the road. So it was a bit frustrating, but yeah, at the end there it started to flow real good, so yeah.
Thompson's loss is Hawkswood's gain as he leaps from 9th to 6th and, more importantly, opens up a 15-second gap on his rival. Thompson is fastest on stage 3 to bring the difference back to just 5 seconds. And at the end of stage 3, Hawkswood is concerned he might have a problem.
Jack, how was that one for you?
Started off all right, but yeah, we developed a bit of a vibration near the end there, and it's yeah, kept losing focus. The vibration's definitely getting worse, so don't know what it is.
Thompson has another push on stage 4, moving 2 seconds ahead of Hawkswood and up to 5th place. Behind the young guns, there's another fight going on over 7th place between Skoda R5 drivers Rana Horan and Kingsley Jones, with Jones ahead by 2.4 seconds after stage 2. On the longer stage 3, Horan goes quickest and goes ahead by 4 seconds. Then opens up an even bigger gap on stage 4, moving 20 seconds ahead. Both drivers are enjoying the scrap.
Right, when we saw you at 2, you were saying you were starting to get the feel for things. How was that one?
Yeah, heaps better, miles better, so no mistakes. A little bit faster and tidy all the way, so hopefully it does something with the time.
Keep yourself sort of in the hunt until you get back to the forest, yeah?
Yeah, I'm just going to keep myself tidy and on 4 wheels today, that's my plan.
Another one of the public road stages, Kingsley, how was it?
It was pretty good for me actually. I was quite, dare I say it, I was nearly enjoying the fast stuff. Real big commitment though, like you absolutely tapped on the 7s and the 6s, you're trying to take flat. Overshot 2 junctions, just way too hot. Yeah, just yeah. I think the places where I think I'm good, I'm not as good. It's just the speed you're coming up to them. You're doing 185, I think it's just tapped, and all of a sudden you've got to get round a 3. It's just woo, doggy. Nah, it's good stuff.
After losing a lot of time earlier in the morning with a misfiring engine, Brian Green's happy to make it through the public road stages unscathed and in 10th place. Back at the head of the field, Hunt has continued to build on his lead through the day. By the end of the 30-kilometre third stage, he holds a 21-second lead, pushing that out to 34 seconds on stage 4. Second place Marston is pushing as hard as he can to stay in touch, but by the end of stage 5 he's 38 seconds down. Still, with 2 forest stages to come, he's not giving up.
Yeah, Ben's done a really good job. We're pushing on, trying pretty hard, but yeah, he's going bloody good. So we'll keep pushing. Really looking going back into the forestry, and we'll have a big nudge at the power stage coming up next too.
Behind the leading pair, Quantock continues to hold third, but he's not having an easy run as he's under constant pressure from Campbell, who's just 11.5 seconds behind after stage 4. Campbell puts the hammer down on stage 5 and brings the gap down to 8 seconds. Stage 6 is a return to the forest stages, and it's here that Summerfield shows what might have been if not for his earlier puncture. He's second fastest after a very close call near the end of the stage.
That's right, 100.
Thompson loses time on this stage to Hawkswood, allowing his rival to move up to 5th place. The competitors get an extra long service back in Rangiora. Time to install some hella lights before heading back into the final forest stage in the dark. Hunt uses the opportunity to further extend his lead, crossing the finish line 1 minute and 8 seconds ahead of Marston. Quantock holds off Campbell to finish third in his Skoda. Thompson has a close call near the finish line, trying unsuccessfully to catch Hawkswood and has to settle for 6th. In the dark, Summerfield snatches 7th place off Horan.
5 left, then 3 right over finish, and then 3 left. Well done.
Hunt makes it 3 wins in a row, and it's another good podium finish for Marston. Quantock stays ahead of Campbell for one of his best finishes, while Hawkswood takes the upper hand in his season-long scrap with Thompson.
3 in a row, you can ask for a better start to the championship, and we've had a few gremlins at Canterbury a couple of times with the engine issues and damage through Ford. So to get through here and win it again is fantastic. I think the last time we won it was 2015. So I'm really happy to come out on top and have a clean sweep with all the stages.
Yeah, hey, I've had a great day. You know, the car's gone really well. Our MRF tyres have been brilliant. The whole RDL team's done a great job. Andrew's been awesome. So really happy with second. Ben was class of the field. Like our pace has really improved, which I'm stoked about. A couple of stages we're only within a couple of seconds of him. So there's great development in the car, and we're getting there step by step. It's really good.
It's been a great event for Job Quantock, finishing in third, and as a result he's awarded the Dunlop Drive of the Rally.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a breakthrough for us this weekend. It's been a bit of a long time coming, but all the team, the crew and everyone's been putting in a big effort up towards Canterbury Rally after we missed Whangarei, and everything's sort of come together and all the pieces of the puzzle have finally sort of fallen together and finally got a good result, which is lost for words really. It's just brilliant.
Hunt and Marston stay at the top of the leaderboard after 3 rounds. But taking a massive leap forward are the 2 junior drivers, Hawkswood and Thompson, separated by just 3 points. And Campbell has his championship hopes back on track with 48 points. The Hella Moment Award for the Canterbury Rally is presented to Jonno Shepley for entertaining the crowd at stage 2.
Just late braked and ended up having to grab handbrake and kind of ended up hooking some skids and then leaving. But yeah, shout out to Hella, thank you.
Be sure to join us in a few weeks' time for the next round of the New Zealand Rally Championship, the South Canterbury Rally.